The reality TV drama took a shocking turn and transformed into a full-fledged crime scene with Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris in handcuffs. Oh, this isn't a scripted reunion fight. This is real-life jail term drama. Someone needs to call Mona Scott Young immediately. From messy relationships and infidelity scandals to outright mugshots, was it because of Yandy Smith Harris that Kendra Robinson or someone else finally had enough of Kirk's endless nonsense? Witnesses claimed that security was completely powerless to stop the chaos. Furniture was flying, punches were being thrown, and now Kirk and Mendeecees were caught in a full-blown brawl. They are now in serious legal trouble. Did Yandy manage to save Mendeecees? Is Rashida Frost still standing by Kirk's side? And where was Young Jock when all of this went down? Oh, don't even worry. We have all the exclusive details and leaked footage, so stay right here. Even though Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris are popular enough to carry an entire season of love and hip-hop, they've never been caught up in something this insane before. Are you kidding me? Hit that like button, and let's dive straight into this madness. Young Jock and Yandy Smith Harris were somewhere nearby, stirring the pot like it was Thanksgiving dinner, so let's not pretend like the instigators weren't in full force. These are grown men, fathers, businessmen, and yet they got arrested over a brawl that looked straight out of a WWF match. Before we even get into the details of this shocking takedown, let's be honest, drama isn't new to these men. Mendeecees and Kirk have always been surrounded by controversies, whether it's financial fraud, infidelity, or straight-up chaos. But this time, it's more than just rumors. It's real, and it's messy. What exactly led to them getting cuffed, booked, and charged with serious offenses? I promise you, this is reality TV, gone completely off the rails. Grab some popcorn because the streets are on fire, and even the cops had to step in. It all started at an upscale nightclub in Atlanta, because of course it did. Kirk Frost, who has spent over a decade proving he's the king of reckless behavior, was seen getting way too comfortable with a woman who was most definitely not Rashida. You'd think he would have learned his lesson by now, right? Meanwhile, Mendeecees was already on edge on the other side of the club. He and Yandy had been arguing all day. After years of public humiliation, he was already in a bad mood. But Kirk? He was out here laughing, drinking, and whispering sweet nothings like his entire marriage wasn't hanging by a thread. Something that happened on the Love and Hip Hop set must have left Yandy still bitter about the entire fake wedding scandal that shook her years ago. You remember how Mendeecees made Yandy believe they were legally married, only for her to find out that the paperwork had never even been filed. Yeah, she hasn't forgotten, and from the looks of it, she had plans to make him remember too. So here's Mendeecees, sitting in VIP, already annoyed when he spots Kirk across the room. Now, it's not just about Kirk cozying up with another woman. Normally, he wouldn't even care, but reality stars thrive on drama. And the last thing Mendeecees needed was for Yandy to find out he saw Kirk creeping and stayed quiet. Given how close Yandy and Rashida are, what does Mendeecees do? He decides to confront Kirk immediately, because why not throw gasoline on the fire? Witnesses say the flames erupted instantly, no buildup, no warning, just pure chaos. Kirk, as always, tried to brush it off. "Come on, man, you know how it is," he muttered, trying to smooth things over. But Mendeecees wasn't having it. He started yelling that Kirk was embarrassing his family again, that Rashida didn't deserve this, and that he should be ashamed of himself. Instead of diffusing the situation, Kirk snapped back, "Man, worry about your own marriage." Oh no, that was the worst thing he could have said. If there's one thing Mendeecees hates, it's being reminded of his own mess, and Kirk knew exactly how to hit that nerve. Security rushed in to intervene, but it was too late. Before anyone could figure out who was swinging at who, in the middle of it all was Young Jock. Yes, Young Jock tried to break things up. We may never know why Jock was even there, but one thing's for sure, he didn't start this. But suddenly, Mendeecees' attention shifted toward Jock, and the entire club exploded into full-blown chaos. Tables were flipping, people were screaming, security was struggling to control the madness. And instead of de-escalating things, Jock made it worse. "Y'all need to chill. Kirk's been wildin' for years," he shouted. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any wilder, Kendra Robinson stormed into the scene. She should have been at home minding her business, but no, she ran straight into the fire. The moment she saw Kirk with that woman, her jaw dropped. Not only was her husband fighting, but she also knew exactly who Kirk was messing with. And just like that, the drama escalated from a 10 to a 100. Kendra lost it. She started pointing fingers, screaming, causing such a scene that security couldn't contain it. That's when the police arrived. The nightclub went from chaotic to downright dangerous as flashing red and blue lights filled the room. Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris found themselves in handcuffs, looking like two fools who let their egos get the best of them. People were running, phones were recording, and despite everything, Kirk and Mendeecees were still arguing and talking trash while getting arrested. The Atlanta Police Department was not playing around. They didn't hesitate. Tables were overturned, drinks were spilled, people were yelling, and guess who they arrested first? Mendeecees. Witnesses say his heart dropped when he saw those cops coming. This man has had more legal troubles than he can count, and he knew this was bad. Kirk, meanwhile, was trying to play it cool. "Come on, officers, this is just a misunderstanding," he pleaded, but the cops weren't buying it. Especially since multiple witnesses told them Kirk and Mendeecees were the ones who started the whole fight. Meanwhile, young Jock somehow avoided getting handcuffed and was still running his mouth. "Man, you'll really lock them up over some club drama. This is crazy." But just when it seemed like Kirk and Mendeecees were the only ones going down, things took another insane turn. It all started as just another night out, but it quickly spiraled into one of the most embarrassing scandals in love and hip-hop history. Even 50 Cent couldn't resist chiming in on Instagram, saying, "Man, love and hip-hop got more arrests than the Super Bowl." And honestly, he wasn't lying. But the real joke? The court wasn't playing around. This wasn't just some regular drama. It had witnesses, video evidence, and it all went down at an exclusive club. The moment the judge watched the security footage, the energy in the courtroom shifted. You could feel the tension thickening. As the courtroom video played, the judge leaned back, arms crossed, shaking their head. "Oh, so this is what we're dealing with," they muttered. The footage showed Kirk Frost losing his mind, Messi flailing his hands, Kendra Robinson throwing punches, and exhausted security guards trying to break it all up. The police stormed in like they were breaking up a WrestleMania match, and if that wasn't enough, the audio caught every single word. Messi yelled, "You got me messed up, man," while Kirk shouted back, "Watch yourself. I know you did not just disrespect me." As the video ended, the judge adjusted their glasses and sighed. "Let me get this straight. You three grown adults thought bringing this nonsense into my courtroom was a good idea." Then they turned to Kendra. "Oh baby, this was way past just a little bar fight. This was a full-blown public disgrace." The judge called them out one by one. "Messi Harris, you had legal troubles before. You've been trying to stay clean, and now you're back in my courtroom for a nightclub brawl? You should know better." Kirk Frost, you are a middle-aged man acting like a reckless teenager. And let's not forget, you started this entire mess. Your careless choices, infidelity, and total lack of self-control got you here. Kendra Robinson, you are a lawyer, a court officer. Your job is to uphold the law, not break it. And yet here you are on video physically attacking another woman. Do you have any idea how unprofessional and ridiculous this looks? Then came the sentencing. Kirk Frost, a $10,000 fine and mandatory anger management and infidelity counseling. Yes, you read that right, infidelity counseling. The courtroom erupted at that one. Messi Harris, Given his past record, the judge sentenced him to 30 days in county jail. Maybe some time away from the nightlife will help you make better choices. Kendra Robinson, $5,000 fine, professional probation, and a mandatory public rehabilitation program. And if she messes up again, she could lose her law license. At that moment, you could see Kendra holding back tears. Kirk, he just sat there looking absolutely defeated. Meanwhile, Messi was muttering under his breath, "This is some bull," before Yandy smacked his arm, whispering, "Boy, shut up before they add more time." And then there was Rashida Frost. Oh, she was already moving on. As Kirk sat there looking foolish, Rashida was dropping cryptic Instagram posts like a queen knows when to leave. The fans, they were eating this up. Twitter dragged Kirk from being the man of the house to a complete joke. The memes were legendary. Someone even photoshopped Kirk's mugshot next to a "Boy to Buy" sign. And 50 Cent? Oh, he came back with another joke, posting, "Love and Hip Hop. Locked Up Edition premieres tomorrow on VH1. Meanwhile, Yandy was doing damage control, saying, "As a family, we're handling this behind closed doors." But then she threw shade in an interview, saying, "Some men forget they're too old for this kind of drama." OP, the shade was real. As for Kendra's legal firm, they were not happy. They released a statement that basically said, "We do not condone unprofessional behavior." And the internet clowned her mercilessly. One fan wrote, "Imagine getting a law degree just to lose it over Kirk Frost. SMA." And the funniest reaction? A mugshot meme of Kirk and Messi with the caption, "The next season of Love and Hip Hop is gonna be wild." So what's next? Kirk is desperately trying to keep his marriage together. Messi is counting down the days until his release. Kendra is praying her career survives this disaster. But we gotta ask, is this the final straw for Rashida? Will Kendra lose her job? Did Messi deserve that sentence, or was the judge too harsh? One thing's for sure, Love and Hip Hop never fails to bring the drama. But this might be their craziest scandal yet. Will Kendra regret fighting over Kirk? Will lawsuits follow? Will VH1 hold an emergency cast meeting? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications. This tea is still boiling, baby.